fixed. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
No view.
Yeah, no problems with the camera. How the hell is everybody doing? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Beard's already here. What's up,
the
Beardly?
cartridge, didn't you?
I blew on it. I did.
You blew it?
I did. That's how
spit
I
on it.
roll, son.
Hit on it. He's like, "Ooh."
All righty then. We've got all the audio. We're live and kicking. We're rolling here. We got a bunch of things coming up. We have first impressions. That's where I show a picture to Frank and Lan, and then they basically tell me what their first impression is of that exact
It's a picture.
of that picture. We're going to get to Batman, 1989's Batman, by the way. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and Spider-Man 2. The one with Tobey Maguire. We're going to get to coming attractions, things we're looking forward to this coming up week, but there's not a whole lot going on. At least on my end of things. So if you guys got stuff, let me know. We're going to get to 5 fast questions. We have 90s trivia. And then tonight for the movie draft, we are going to be doing... tonight for the movie trivia, we're going to be doing sequels is what we're doing. Oh,
That's what comes after the first one.
It is. Oh, this fucking thing, man. Having problems here. Already got Nightmare in the chat. How you doing, Nightmare?
Hi, Nightmare.
I just forgot what I was going to type in there, so we can go ahead and get a little bubbly music going here.
Bubbly.
Is that drink any good?
Which drink?
Bubbly?
The bubbly drink.
I get some at Costco, and I think they're good. It's kind of your standard.
Is that your
at least the
seltzer
ones that
stuff?
we get is your standard soda water. No, what I'm drinking is hop water.
Did the rabbits poop in it?
Nope, I don't think so.
Oh.
Actually, they paid me to do some ads for them. I don't think they ever used them.
Thanks for the money, chumps.
All right, so we got all that stuff coming up here. I do have a couple quick things we got to get to. Don't forget, we do have the different membership tiers. We have Member Lorian, that is $4.99 a month, and then we also have Channel Supporter, that's only 99 cents a month. And if you become a member, you get a sticker pack. We have the Real Brandalorian sticker. We have the History of Rock podcast sticker. And now we're not making new episodes of this, but you can find all the old episodes that Shim and I did. And we cover mostly grunge, everything from, like we start with Mother Love Bone. And then we branch out to Temple of the Dog and Pearl Jam. And then we kind of got into festivals. We talked about all the different Woodstocks and Lollapaloozas and things like that. And then, of course, your third sticker is the Cross-Eyed Bear sticker. So make sure that you guys, 99 cents will get you that. And then if you are a member Lorian, you're not only going to get the stickers, but you can also get a t-shirt with one of those logos on it. It's sizes aren't guaranteed, but I do have t-shirts of all of them. And Anna, I know I still need to get her ship her t-shirt and stickers. And then
Fail.
what was her friend was B? Was that
B.
who it
Arthur.
was that last week that showed up and was hanging out? She became a member as well, so I got to make sure that I send her a sticker pack.
Beat Arthur.
It's B. Arthur. All right. So the first thing we're going to get to here is we're going to cover some of the polls, P-O-L-L. I have to preface that, that I put up on YouTube. So the first day that I'm going to look at here, we're going to go back to last Thursday's.
Bree. Her name was Bree. That's what Nightmare said.
Bree.
Oh, like
Okay,
cheese.
Why, thank you, Nightmare. So we did the poll of what is the must-have streaming service. The 4 options I put up there were Disney Plus, Max, Netflix, and Peacock. Which one do you guys think won?
Probably Netflix.
Wait, what were the choices again?
Disney Plus, Max, which is essentially HBO, Netflix, and Peacock.
I'd either say Disney or HBO. I think I'm gonna say Disney.
And Frank, what are you going with?
Netflix.
Frank gets a point for Netflix, and not even close. 60% went with Netflix, 20% said Max, just 12% said Disney Plus, and then 7% said the Peacock.
Yeah, you have all that backlash.
The
Backlash against
Peacock.
Disney Plus.
And then, of course, a bunch of people put bootleg websites and shit that you can go to in the
Bootleg.
comments. They didn't actually put a link, so That was good. Somebody here said, oh my God. Somebody wrote, life is the ultimate streaming. Turn the idiot box off and go outside and live. To which somebody then
Touch some
responded,
grass.
dude, you're on YouTube. Get a grip. And then somebody else also on here said Peacock for the WWF content, by the way. WWF content is what they put there.
Yeah,
Next
20
poll
years
was, who
fine.
is the best Batman? For this one, I put Michael Keaton, Adam West, Kevin Conroy. And the fourth option was someone else. Who do you think won this poll?
Be Michael Keaton, because everyone was probably thinking a live action, right?
I mean, it could be. Mine personally, I think I'd probably say Kevin Conroy, but that's just
I would
you
say
know.
Kevin Conroy too.
But who do you
I
think won the poll? Frank says Michael Keaton.
I'm sticking with Kevin Conroy.
All right, well, Frank gets the point again. It was Michael Keaton, 45%. However, Kevin Conroy came in second with 29. Adam West coming in at 13%, which is also what someone else put in there. And I believe Anna listed that Christian Bale hands down. He was okay.
We all know George Clooney was the best Batman. With
I
his
prefer
fat nipples and everything.
Who was it right before him?
It was Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer, that's right.
Yeah.
All right.
I think he was the last best one besides Bale.
Next one I put up was, what is the best 90s animated feature? Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast,
Oh, yeah.
The Lion King, or something else?
The Lion King.
Frank says Lion King. Big Lan, what are you going with?
I don't know. Aladdin.
He's going with Aladdin. No, I'm sorry. Frank gets yet another point. It was Lion King. 45%. Aladdin came in close though with 42. Beauty and the Beast, 7%. And then something else took 6%. And somebody wrote in the comments here, Snow White original, and to which somebody else replied, I love that 90s movie. All right.
1890s?
Now here's one for you guys. Who is the best non-Simpson character in The Simpsons?
Oh, Lord.
So the three options I put in here, and there's one that I wished I would have put in, and maybe you guys can guess that, but I put Ralph Wiggum, Groundskeeper Willie, Moe, and then for the fourth option I put someone else. Lan, who do you think won the poll?
I don't know. I'm gonna say Ralph Wiggum because that's who I would go with.
Frank?
But I know I'm wrong.
Have some confidence, man.
No, it's 3-0. I'm not with the kids like Frank is.
All right, Frank.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably Ralph Wiggum. If not, then it's going to be the Scottish groundskeeper.
No, I honestly almost didn't put Ralph Wiggum on it because I thought he would run away in a landslide. He came in third.
Wow.
First place with 48% of the vote, Mo Sislak.
Oh, yeah.
Mo.
And then Groundskeeper Willie, and then Ralph Wiggum. Now, bonus question for you guys. Who do you think I forgot to put in the poll that I wished I had put in the poll?
The beer guy.
Duffman!
Duffman.
No. Land?
Mr.
Krusty the Clown.
No, but Frank did just say it, but you don't get a point. Mr. Burns. Are you here to solve my ketchup problem? All right, moving on. We got three more polls here to get to. Next one was, who is the GOAT of GOATs? Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, Babe Ruth, or Wayne Gretzky?
No, I actually saw this poll, so I would be cheating.
All right, so
if I
Frank's
answered,
taking
so
himself
I'll
out.
back out of that
Lan,
one.
who do you think won the poll?
MJ.
Big Lan with a point. Yeah, not even close. 62%. Tom Brady had 14%, and then Babe Ruth and Wayne Gretzky tied at 12. And I intentionally didn't put any football players up there. Football,
Hater.
not to be confused with football. And there was people commenting on this one like, oh, they all play different sports. You can't really judge them. Shut the fuck up and vote.
Yeah, you can. That's the point of.
That's the point of the poll,
goat, yeah.
bitch.
It's not. Yeah.
All right, next one was, what's the best movie based in Las Vegas? This was actually a take on the previous movie draft that we did that was movies that were based in Las Vegas. So the four options that I put were Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, The Hangover, Ocean's 11, or Casino. Lan,
Ooh.
which one do you think won the poll?
The Hangover.
Frank?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Hangover, but Casino kind of.
And you each get a point. Yeah, The Hangover took 43% of the vote. Fear and Loathing came in second with 25%. Casino at 19%, and then Ocean's 11
Chino.
at 14. All right, final one here, and this is going to be leading into our movie draft coming up here for the end of the podcast. What is the best sequel of all time? Here are the four options: Empire Strikes Back, Inside Out 2, Desperado, or Terminator 2.
Empire.
You guys
Empire.
both going Empire? No, apparently everybody went Inside Out 2 because that one run away in a landslide. Swear to God, 45%.
Bunch of nerds.
45%. And then Terminator 2 came in second. Empire Strikes Back came in third. And then Desperado, which, did you know that it was a sequel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great movie, by the way. It only brought in 4% of the vote, which my buddy Mitch commented, this poll sucks. Or no, I'm sorry. This poll is ridiculous.
Mitch is still alive.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love it when Mitch comments on things. It's fantastic. All right, so that is your weekly poll review. You can check those out if you go to my YouTube channel. You can find it over on the community section of my YouTube channel. And so you guys can vote on those. We recap them every Wednesday here when we are doing our live stream.
Boom, 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 boom.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for First Impressions. So how this works is I give a picture to Lane and Frank, and then you just tell me what their first thoughts are that pop into their head. First picture for First Impressions. What's your first thought?
Wait till they get a load of meat.
Yeah! Oh, shit. Wrong sound effect. I'm giving Lane a point on that one because whoever said that first, I was going to give a point to. Because that...
I just, for some reason, it brings up the Micro Machine toys of that movie when they came out. You had the
Why?
little... I don't know. Like, it just... Like, because we had them. You had the little
remember
Batmobile. You had the Joker van. And then I think even the plane that came with it. And that for some reason reminds me of that.
So
They
I
had
don't
a
even think-
Gotham City playset thing for it.
Yeah,
too,
I don't
didn't
even
they?
think they were part of Micro Machines. I think it was like a completely separate company. But
Like a
I have
knockoff?
those somewhere. Yeah. Like they were jumping on the Micro Machine craze.
So 1989's Batman released June 23rd, so it's coming up on its 35th anniversary. That'll make you feel
There you
old.
go.
It made $411.6 million at the box office on a $48 million budget, and it was actually the first film to hit $100 million in 10 days.
There you go.
And of course, this was
I
the
remember
poster
the
that everybody
anticipation
saw
for
that
it.
summer, man.
Yeah.
This was fucking everywhere.
Do you remember the music video from Prince?
Yeah, from Prince. For
Oh, yeah.
Bat Dance.
Yeah, that was so weird, man.
He apparently sent a bunch of different tracks to Tim Burton, like for this movie, and Tim Burton really didn't like them. Not that he didn't like the music, he didn't think that it fit the style of the movie, and so there was a
Yeah.
lot of tracks from Prince that did not make it into the movie. Now, Mr. Jack Nicholson, he was the first choice for the Joker, but there were others that were considered. Willem Dafoe,
Right.
of course, not to be confused with Willem Defriend, James Woods, David Bowie. Did you just get my dad joke?
Yeah, that
I got a reaction out of you. And Robin Williams.
Yeah, I knew about Robin Williams.
So those are some of the guys that were there. Did you guys know that Bob Kane makes an appearance in the movie?
Bob
Yes.
Kane?
This guy. That's not actually Bob Kane, but you know why
He
people
was,
say that it
he
is
was
Bob
the-
Kane?
He drew the art. He was the artist for the police,
Ah.
and he signed it Bob Kane.
Right there. Land, you get another point
There
for
you
that. Good job. So that's the one when he hands it to Robert Wool, who was played. He was playing Alexander. Hands this picture to Alexander Knox, played by Robert Wool, and the Bob Kane. That previous picture, the bald guy. His name, the actor's name was Dennis Lill. Now, what comes to mind when you see this picture?
Have you ever danced with the devil in a pale moonlight?
No.
I'm Batman.
Point for Lan. Although I did almost choose that picture of the "You Ever Danced with the Devil by the Pale Moonlight." So the line "I'm Batman" was supposed to be "I am the Night." That's what was written in the script. But Michael Keaton changed the line while they were filming it. And finally, here for 1989's Batman, the money that the Joker dumped onto Gotham was fake,
No shit.
but not just movie fake. It was actually because in the novelization of the movie, they do make the like it mentions it in there that all of these dollar bills and everything that come floating down from the Joker, they all just have his face on it.
Right.
Which was the callback to when he was talking to Vicky Vale about how he wanted to end up on the $1 bill. And that right there is 1989's Batman.
Like bison bucks.
And I'm assuming you guys saw that in the theater.
Oh yeah.
Frank?
I'm trying to remember if I did or didn't.
Is there something
Because I
going
was-
on with your crotch? What's going on there?
My phone.
Well, look over and Frank's.
I was looking at the chat.
I mean,
think I
everybody
saw
saw
it.
that in the theater, right?
But I tell you, I don't know, because 89, I was 8 years old, and I had younger brothers. One that was just 2, and the other she was born in 84. He's maybe 5. So I don't know if my parents would have thought that was age appropriate at the time. So
I can see that.
I don't quite recall. I remember seeing Ninja Turtles in the theater, but I don't remember if I saw Batman in the theater. I saw the second one, Batman Returns, in the theater, but I don't think that we actually saw Batman in the theater.
Before we get to the next picture, here we have Ortiz. What's up, buddy? How's life? How's things? How's everything in Ortiz's world? Ortiz says, "Wish I wasn't born yet back then." Ah, you're fine, man. And then Beard says he'll trade me some Noah Tanner audio merch for some of my merch. Beard, if you shoot me your address, dude, I'll send you some stickers and tell me what size shirt you are. I'll send you a full kit of the stickers and whatever t-shirt you want. All right, next picture here for first impressions. What do you guys think of when I show you this?
Just a dude from the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
He looks like a Batman villain,
it?
though.
That's Judd Nelson. That is
Yeah,
Judd
Judd
Nelson.
Nelson.
That is Judd Nelson.
Yeah.
That's what he looks like now.
Yeah, he's what, like 64 years old?
Yeah,
isn't he right now?
he is. He was born 1959, so he'll turn 65 coming up in November.
Mm-hmm.
How old was he in the Breakfast Club?
Well, what year?
26, 24.
Yeah, that would have been
somewhere
back when they were.
because the movie I think came out in 84.
When they were casting.
83,
40
84.
year olds
85.
for high school movies?
Yeah, they
Yeah, so-
still do that though, man. They
Yeah.
still put like
Yeah, so he would have been
mid-20s and
20. Yeah, he
30-year-olds.
was 24, 25 when they did that.
I mean, he looks it.
Damn it, Ortiz!
yeah, but when
I gotta
when
make
you're
it out.
younger, everybody looks older.
No shit. I gotta make it out to. I gotta make it out to check out the corn stuff. I'm seeing your stuff on social media, man. We gotta figure out some time where the wife and I can head on out there and check that stuff out. All right,
Did
here
you
we
bring
go.
them up because of the Hulu show, the Brat Pack?
No, I brought that up because I stumbled on this picture online. But yeah, the Brat Pack thing. I do have that sitting in my queue in Hulu that I do want to watch.
I want to watch
What
that.
is he
but-
holding? Is that his bike helmet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he rode an
it
electrical
totally is.
scooter to the premiere.
Because there's gloves there. Because there's gloves in the helmet.
Good for him.
All right. Next movie here, guys. What is your first impression when you see this picture?
That's the shrinking the kids. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
That is the machine from.
Or blowing them up, whichever movie you
Whichever-
Yeah, whichever
Yeah.
one you want to go with right there. So, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids actually opened up the exact same day as Batman.
Did it?
June 23rd,
See?
1989.
I think. See,
They had
that's
the
that
Roger
just,
Rabbit cartoon.
that just
Yep.
jogged my memory right there. That was the one. Yeah, my parents didn't want us to see Batman. They thought it wasn't age appropriate, so we went to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And before the movie, you had that Roger Rabbit cartoon
Tummy Trouble.
before the movie. Yeah,
So,
jogged my
Batman
memory.
actually helped Honey, I Shrunk the Kids at the box office because there was a lot of people that went to go see Batman, but they were sold out. So they just went and saw Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. So it made $222.7 million at the box office on an $18 million budget. The original title of the film was going to be
Honey, I Lost the Kids?
Teeny Weenies.
Teeny Weenies.
That's such a better name.
And the original director and the man who came up with the idea was Stuart Gordon. Does that name mean anything to you guys?
Sounds like somebody who became a future serial killer. I don't know.
Stuart Gordon was the director behind Reanimator.
Okay.
So
Right on.
he ended up having to leave the set because he got sick right before production was set to begin. And Disney ended up giving Joe Johnston a shot at directing his first movie. He was a visual effects specialist who had worked on movies like Raiders of the Lost Ark and all of the original Star Wars films.
Dude, Disney in the 80s took some chances with like directors and stuff that were into some weird and wild stuff. And
They did.
Good for them.
Do you guys know where the movie was filmed? Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
In a studio?
Mexico City, Estudios Churubusco.
All right. I was gonna say
Swear to
Canada,
God.
but all
So
right.
the whole suburban neighborhood was in Mexico City's Estudios Churubusco. And some other movies that were also shot down there include Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Total Recall, and Free Willy.
Free Willy.
Free Willy.
I do think I saw that one in theaters.
And the kid's like this.
Yeah, with the fake whale jumping over him.
I touched the whale's stick.
You guys have heard the horrible story of what happened to that whale, right?
Yeah.
Where it ended, like they set it free and it basically just died from depression.
Yeah, and I think starvation too, because they didn't know how to.
Yeah, because it didn't know how to hunt on its own, and it kept trying to go get involved with other packs
Pods,
or pods.
yeah.
That's it, pods of orcas, and they were dicks. They were like, "Fuck you, Hollywood bitch."
They didn't want to have anything to do with him.
Your movie sucked.
Go back home. All right, this next one here, this next picture, this one's for you, Lan. Do you remember this?
That's it was always, I can't remember the name of the cartoon.
Do you remember the one
Orgy
character we
Club?
always voiced though?
Hey guys, what's wrong? Hey guys.
His name was Cal.
There you
So it was a TV show called Undergrads, and it ran for one
Undergrads.
season in 2001. Apparently, there's a movie in the works for Undergrads.
All right.
That show was so good.
It was friggin' hilarious, and so they've been working on it, and there's a possible release date in 2025 for this movie. But the reason I captured this one right here, it's just from, I think it's episode 1, and the main character is trying to find out how to meet new kids because it follows him and his group of friends as they go on to college. And it's 4 of them. Only 2 of them go to the same college. The other 2 go somewhere else. So as he's sitting there trying to figure out how do you meet kids, this guy's announcing to everybody, hey, meet new friends by joining a club. Notice the
Orgy
club here
club.
is Orgy
Yeah.
Club.
Orgy Club.
Oh, that show is highly, highly, highly underrated. All right, here we go. We do have one more. What do you think of when I show you that?
But again, you bring up where he's almost 30 years old, and they bring him on the train, and they go, "Oh, he's just a kid."
You're like, well, I mean, compared to how old they are, look at how old this guy is right here.
But he has that, that kid young look though.
Looks
Yeah,
like he's almost holding his shit in.
that is one of the memes that you see frequently where it's like, oh, me after Taco Bell on the drive home. And it's
Yeah.
That was such a good scene in that movie, though.
It was a really good scene.
so Spider-Man 2 released June 30th, 2004. It had a $200 million budget. It made almost $800 million. Now, there was a whole other version of the movie here, which obviously here you have the nice poster, which you have Doc Ock right there
Right.
in the reflection. And
The
this
cock.
other version actually had Otto Octavius as a peer of Peter Parker. And he becomes infatuated with Mary Jane. Now, the script revealed that Otto was actually the one who bred the genetically enhanced spider that bit Peter. But the battle between the two is driven by Otto's desire to replace his spine with Spider-Man's to help him handle the weight and pain of his mechanical limbs.
Okay.
That was one of the other scripts for the movie.
Storylines. Yeah.
Now,
Glad they didn't go with that one.
Tobey Maguire actually injured his back
Yep.
while shooting Seabiscuit. Do you know who they brought in as a possible replacement just in case he couldn't do the movie?
Gyllenhaal.
You are correct, sir! Point for Frank! Which obviously Jake Gyllenhaal would end up in the MCU as Mysterio.
Well, you know who the Spider-Man role was offered to before Maguire got it?
Judd
Nelson.
Judd
No,
Nelson. Bob
DiCaprio.
Cousy. Oh.
It was offered to DiCaprio, but he said he didn't do, because I think he was also offered the Batman role before Bale, and he said he doesn't do superhero movies and turned him down. But he told them about his best friend, said, "Why don't you talk to Maguire?" And that's how he got the Spider-Man role, because DiCaprio didn't want it and said, "Hey, give it to my buddy."
Tobey Maguire. All right, one more picture here for first impressions. What comes to mind when you guys see this?
Noid.
So the Noid was created back in 1986. There was a Saturday morning cartoon on CBS planned in 1988 that was called The Noids, but it was canceled because people complained it was merely an advertising ploy and not a show for children.
Okay.
What was every single Saturday morning cartoon?
I know.
It was marketing and advertising for the fucking toy lines. That was it.
But this was for pizza.
Yeah. There is a computer game released in 1989 called Avoid the Noid. And it was where you had to deliver pizzas while a bunch of Noids were attacking
Yeah.
you with like guns
I
and
remember
shit.
one of my friends, I think, had that game.
Have you ever heard of the true crime story that involves the Noid?
No.
Like the actual Noid?
No. So in January 1989, a mentally ill man named Kenneth Lamar Noid believed that the
God.
campaign was directed towards him.
Oh.
It was.
He went to a Domino's in Chamblee, Georgia, wielding a .357 Magnum and held two employees hostage for over 5 hours. He demanded the employees call the Domino's headquarters to demand $100,000 and a white limousine as a getaway vehicle.
$100,000.
He offered to exchange one hostage for a copy of the 1985 novel The Widow's Son. A police officer showed up with the book, and the guy ended up going back on his word.
Okay.
Noid, not the Noid, but the guy that was holding the hostages here, he eventually got hungry, and he forced the employees to make him a pizza, something that sounds like the
Fair
Noid
enough.
would do.
I mean, yeah.
So while he ate the pizza, he had his gun sitting in his lap, so the two hostages just ran out.
Smart.
Later, bitch.
He was eventually taken into custody and charged with kidnapping, aggravated assault, extortion, and possession of a firearm during a crime. He was found not guilty by reason of insanity. Wow. Now, he ended up spending time in a mental institution, and he eventually died by suicide in 1995.
Okay.
So there is your happy ending, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen.
It was,
I know that is exactly what you were hoping for when it came to
I
that
just
story.
remember that
I
that
like my happy
campaign.
endings.
I remember that campaign for that Noid, the little toys, I think they even had like the window sticky guy. You could stick them on your window.
I
That's
remember
when they were doing 30 minutes or less, or 30
Yeah.
minutes or more, and you get
yeah.
Get it
pizza
for
right?
free.
Yeah. And this was also during that major sort of like claymation craze in the 80s.
With the California raisins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is, I think a lot of that stuff was actually produced in Portland, Oregon.
Yeah, it's out of that. I can't remember the name of the guy's studio,
But it was
that,
all,
had it up here.
yeah, it was all done there. Because remember, they did that whole a claymation Christmas?
Yeah, I actually, that's like one of my favorite Christmas specials.
Yeah.
Is that with the dinosaurs and them cutting away. I could actually, that guy's name I could probably find somewhere.
All right. Next little segment here. Coming attractions. I tried to look. Somebody just jumped in the chat. I don't know how to say your YouTube name, but all right, y'all. Batman, smash or pass?
Pass. He's too emotionally unstable.
Yeah. Well, okay, but you're just smashing, right? So you could be out.
Yeah, but then think about it. He'll probably get all clingy or something.
Will Vinton.
yeah.
Will Vinton.
Oh,
Will
yeah.
Vinton.
Was that
That's the guy you're thinking of?
Oh, the
Will
claymation guy?
Vinton. Yeah. Will
Okay.
Vinton.
Yeah, I mean, I could see him getting a little clingy.
Yeah.
He'd probably buy you a pearl necklace, though, or at least give you a pearl necklace.
His mom's.
I always remember that joke from Half Baked when they're like, "Dude, yeah, you said you gave Mary Jane a pearl necklace."
That's
All
a
right.
good underrated movie too.
So for coming attractions, the only thing I really have here is Kung Fu Panda 4 is available on the Peacock on June 21st. Of course, you have The Acolyte going right now on Disney Plus.
Oof.
You also have The Boys going on Amazon Prime. So if there's anything,
The Acolyte is getting trashed right now.
The Acolyte, it's not bad.
Oh, dude, that third
Okay.
episode apparently sent everybody
Nah,
in their
okay.
feels.
It
Yeah, I was
wasn't-
reading somewhere it's like super low ratings on
Yeah,
Rotten
it's
Tomatoes.
pretty bad, and even like the fourth episode, some people are even.
I started the fourth
But, oof.
episode. And it's not bad. First of all, the fight scenes are fucking amazing. Like the actual fight scenes are just awesome. The storyline hasn't quite grabbed me yet. But I think that unfortunately what you're kind of dealing with right now when it comes to almost anything Star Wars, people who consider themselves true Star Wars fans are going to blast the shit out of it because it's not what they want or it's not what they would do. And then at this point, I think a lot of the passive Star Wars fans just don't really care anymore.
Well, it's like I haven't watched an episode of it because a lot of those series I worry about, but it's like hearing about it's like witches on the edge of the universe who are.
I mean, so they call them witches, but they're force
they-
users. That's it.
but they're not force
just-
users. Like it's a thread instead of something that goes through. It's like there's like this whole weird thing. Then they created life without having men around, and there's this whole other aspect that people are complaining about.
Well,
on
I
it,
mean,
and it's just I don't know.
Anakin was created without a man.
Right, but I think some people are saying, but it's that whole, I think it was, they don't acknowledge the Force. They call it something else or like downgrade the Force. And I think that's, people are like, no, it's midichlorians. It's not just, she just decided to
Oh, well,
create,
midichlorians was one of the stupidest fucking things they could ever bring into
Let's talk
Star
about
Wars.
midichlorians.
Jesus
But,
Christ.
yeah.
Let's test your blood. Oh, you got the
that's,
hib.
that's what I think where people are getting into it. But I don't know. I worried about that when I was like, even before the series came out, there were people saying like, this one is going to like really divide people, and I was like, I'll pass on it.
I don't think it's terrible. I'm still enjoying it. I'm gonna watch it. I mean, I never finished.
Is it Boba Fett bad?
Well, see, here's the thing. I enjoyed Boba Fett, but with the episodes with the Mandalorian,
Yeah, that's
he was
that's
what
like when
made
everybody
the
said
Book of Boba Fett good.
everybody said, yeah, the episode sucked except for those 3 when Mandalorian showed up.
Well, the beard's got it. He says the hatred is an overreaction. It's not bad. Like I don't think it's as bad as people are making it out to be. I just think that people are hypersensitive to anything Star Wars at this
I
point.
don't know.
But if you can, I would just watch the fight scenes because the fight scenes I think are pretty. Amazing.
I do think a lot of these directors and story writers like try to put their own spin on things instead of just staying in the line of what George Lucas had in mind, which I get you can kind of separate, but there's been, since those original movies came out, there's books and comics over the last 40 years that you could go to and create stories about. And it's like what Rain Johnson did with The Last Jedi. That movie was awful.
Did you just call him Rain?
Isn't his name Rain?
Ryan.
Whatever. That's how much I paid attention to him. You
Well, I mean,
suck.
it's spelled Rian, so dyslexic Frank. That's fine.
Either way. But yeah, I almost feel like you just have people that are putting their own stuff in there. But at least he made that Knives Out movie. That movie is good.
Yeah, Knives Out was the shit. But yeah, so it's not terrible. The reason that I do have hope for the Star Wars future is
A New Hope?
Dave Filoni. Because that, like, if you ever watch interviews and listen to that guy talk about Star Wars, that dude fucking
Yeah.
gets it.
But he
Now-
lost me with the space whales.
Now-
I was kind of like,
I'm all in on that. I think that could possibly work. Like I trust where he's going with that. My only fear is Kathleen Kennedy is still around, and she has arguably been one of the worst things for Star Wars. But anyway,
she
Frank,
approved.
are you ready?
Yeah.
You got it?
What am I ready for?
5 fast questions.
Hold on, I gotta pull it up.
Oh, Jesus. Ladies and gentlemen, award-winning show prep right here.
On it.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right. All right, it is time for 5 fast questions. Frank has the questions. I have the answers. Fire away, sir.
What's the best dessert of all time? All time.
Cheesecake.
Number 2, if you could have a private concert featuring anybody, who would it be?
Dave Grohl.
Number 3, who would you least want a call from in the middle of the night?
Any family member. There's no way it's good news if they're calling in the middle of the night.
Number 4, what do you think is the worst thing about being a woman? Yeah, tell me, what do you think is the worst thing about being a woman, you chauvinist prick?
Not being a man.
Number 5, what would be the worst question to ask somebody on a first date?
Hey, you want to compare STDs? And that is 5 fast questions. All right, Frank. Now we're going to actually cover the questions here. What,
First one was the best dessert of all time.
I go cheesecake, man. I could eat the shit out of some cheesecake.
I like mango key lime pie.
Ooh, that is a good
That is-
choice.
ooh,
Very,
dude.
very precise. Very, very.
That gets me, man. Publix.
Lan, what you going
Look
with?
us up.
I'm
One
just
dessert.
going with a plain old hot fudge sundae.
Nice.
Now, vanilla ice cream with hot fudge.
Yeah.
Basic
Oh,
bitch.
yeah.
Any sprinkles, cherries?
I mean, whatever, but it has to have those two things.
Oh, okay.
Gummy bears.
You know.
Fucking gummy bears. All right, what was
I
the
ate
next?
a gummy.
By the way, in the YouTube chat, if you guys want, you're more than welcome to answer along with these, what you guys would think. So the first one was, what is the best dessert of all time? What was the question? The second question, Frank?
If you could have a private concert featuring anybody, who would it be? Now, is this living or dead?
I don't know. It's your
Oh,
question.
that's a good question.
Well, I mean, because that would open the door. Like, if you got dead, you know,
I
you
think
could have
we
a
would.
Beatles
I think
reunion.
you'd probably want to go with
Alive.
Alive.
Okay.
And I would just go Dave Grohl. I got to see the Foo Fighters for the first time last year. It was just an amazing concert. He seems like just a fun dude to hang with. And so if it's a private concert, I'm assuming that we're talking about like a small venue where it's like
Sure.
me with, you know, a select few people, and he's performing like an acoustic set for us. Is kind of what I would do.
I would go with Lenny Kravitz. I think he's a mellow, chill dude, and his music's fantastic.
You just want to touch
I
his
think-
abs.
No, what? Maybe. I'm not gonna lie. He's a sexy man, but him and I share a birthday together, so we're like birthday bros. You know.
Look at you
Oh.
guys. I'm birthday bros with Kurt Russell.
Nice. That's why you pick
it
him
came
all the
from
time.
LA. I didn't do that for my fucking movie draft. Shit.
Loser.
All right, what was Lan? Who would be your concert?
I think
One
I would
person.
do. I think Stevie Wonder.
Nice.
With- Who I
Damn,
would
that's a good pick. That's a good pick. All right, what was the third? Oh, which by the way, really quick, have you watched the Netflix documentary about We Are the World?
No.
Lan,
All right.
did you see it?
No.
Oh, dude, if you guys have Netflix, watch it. It's amazing. It breaks down how they were somehow able to get all of these people into the studio at one time to record this song, and it's a really, really well done documentary. Really quick here over in the YouTube chat, Ortiz says, did the Rage Against the Machine concert ever happen? No. They ended up just refunding our tickets. So we never actually got to see Rage Against the Machine. And Shim is still down in Australia. All right, what was the next question, Frank? Question 3.
Who would you least want a call from in the middle of the night?
Yeah, I said any family member. I mean, in all reality, any family member calling me makes me worry because they don't call me. I call all of my family. Which I don't mind. Like my mom and I, we kind of have a schedule. I call her like as I'm doing work and stuff, I call her at 9 a.m. every morning. I try to call my dad about once to twice a week now. Try to keep up with my sister. She's a little more difficult because she's a lot busier. But yeah, there was one time a couple weeks ago, my dad like butt dialed me. And the second I saw his name, I'm like, fuck, who died? Like, that's like one of the only reasons my family would ever call me is something horrible fucking happened. So thankfully thankfully he texted me right afterwards where he was just like, butt dialed you, sorry. And I'm like,
I'm going to go with
God.
Andy Dick.
You don't want
Andy Dick to call me in the middle of
That would be pretty bad. That's not,
Are you going with family member land? Is there you got it?
yeah, I'm going with what you said.
The beard says the cops. He wouldn't want the cops calling.
They
later.
just kind of show up at your house.
That's true. All right, question 4.
What do you think is the worst thing about being a woman?
I said not being a man.
Not being a man.
I mean, in reality, now that I'm married and I have a daughter, it has to be
PMS?
menstruation.
Yeah.
Like, I swear to God, I've said this before. If we bled from our dicks once a month, they would make whatever tampons we use to stop it free. Government
Wait,
would
you
fucking
guys
pay for
don't?
it. What?
There'd be all sorts of porn about peeing blood.
Now, I think there's is it a Cannibal Corpse song? And you'll see it pop up where the lead singer, he's like, this is a how does he sell it? It's like, this is a nice little song about bleeding from your cock or something like that. And it always shows the bouncers in front who are sitting like this. And the second he says it, they're like,
Wait, what the fuck?
yeah, like, what did he say?
Look what Beard put in the chat.
Getting mounted by the beard. What is the worst thing about being a woman? Getting mounted by the beard. No, I would legitimately think, I mean, that, and then obviously a lot of the inequality shit. And if you don't think that still exists, it does. Now, I don't advocate equal pay in any way, shape, or form, because equal pay then limits what a woman can make. Like, that's something I've never quite understood, is where it's like, we want equal pay. No, you should be paid for what you're worth. If you are worth more than a man, you should make more than the man. But that's just me. Call me crazy.
The worst thing being a woman is having to choose between a bear or a man.
The bear or a man?
Oh, you didn't see that in me?
Are we mentioning random memes that we've seen?
Okay, no. So for like a month ago, this thing came out where it was like this thing that if a woman had to choose between a bear or a man, they would choose the bear. And it upset, like, men got completely just pissed about this, going, seriously, you think the bear is safer to be? It's like if the woman was walking in the woods, would they rather run into a bear or a man? And they put down they'd rather run into the bear instead of the man.
Well, I
Because
mean,
they
I think the
fear
likelihood
men.
of rape is probably far lower when it comes to a bear. But I have seen, what was that, Revenant
Right.
with Leonardo DiCaprio, where people
Yeah,
thought that bear
but-
attacking him was butt fucking
I
him?
tell you, if you're in the woods and you see a guy, if you see him, he's not going to rape you. It's the guy you don't see that's probably going to rape you.
True.
That comes out of the bushes. But yeah, so
I mean, there's
Number 5.
obviously got to be a lot of things that are, not so great about being a woman, which I would say the vast majority were created by men, except the whole period thing. We didn't do that. We didn't fucking do that, ladies.
that was God.
Oh, yeah, God did that shit. Last question.
Number 5. What would be the worst question to ask someone on a first
Ortiz, I
date?
fucking love you, man. We were just talking about that earlier. Ortiz goes, random memes. I love the hawk to a memes. With the girl, dude. I'm telling you, last week before we started streaming, I sent Lan that clip. And of course, it was buried in like 20 other clips that I sent him. And he doesn't go back and rewatch them. Ladies and gentlemen, Alan is a terrible friend and he doesn't watch the videos I sent him on Instagram. But it was the...
I have to set aside like a whole day
He kind of does.
to watch all of these.
And I think about that too, like in the middle of the night when I'm sending you that shit, I'm like, fuck, how many have I sent him? And is he going to have time to actually watch all of these?
I'll get to him. Don't worry. I'll watch him.
To spit on that
Fuck
thing.
you.
All right, Frank, what was the last question?
Worst question to ask on a first date? Someone on a first date.
Yeah, I would say like, hey, you want to like, what STDs have you had? Or
I
something.
think the worst question would be, do you want to see my basement?
Yeah, I could definitely see that one. Or there was something else that just recently that popped into my head would be something like if you were to comment about something in their apartment. Where it's like you're on the first date, so clearly you've been stalking this woman. You got
It's
anything?
like I really like how you moved the mirror from one side.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I really love your living room's motif. I love what you got going on there.
Why did you take the black cover off the couch and put the red on?
You should have kept the old one.
Well, but here's the thing: is you'd have to leave it open-ended enough so that it could still be true. Like it couldn't be so precise that you're going to be wrong. All right. That's it for 5 fast questions, right?
That was it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, right when I start the music, Beard comes in hot with a, does this smell like chloroform? All right, it is time for 90s trivia. Basically, I've got a little deck of cards here from Trivial Pursuit, and they have 90s trivia questions on them right now. Throughout the course of the show, we're all tied up at 5 apiece. And I'm going to ask a question. You get it right, you get a point. You get it wrong, the other person can steal. And we will go first to 10 overall points here. I'm trying to remember where we left off. Lan, we'll start with you, buddy.
Okay.
What portable disk storage system was introduced by iOmega in 1994, later to be replaced by the more convenient flash drive?
The zip drive?
I remember having one of those because it was one of the easiest ways to store audio files when I first got into radio, because a normal, like burning CDs took too long. Floppy disks were already kind of being phased out. So I actually had an external zip drive and the zips with all of my files on them. All right, Frank, you're up. 90s trivia. What word precedes "There It Is" in the title and chorus of the hit 1993 song by Tag Team that is still often heard at sporting events?
Whoop, there it is.
I'm
I used
sorry.
to be able to rap that whole song.
I'm sorry, what did you say it was?
Whoop.
I'll give it to you. Because remember, there was Whoop, and then there was another song.
Woot.
That was Woot.
Yeah.
So you used to be able to rap that whole thing.
I used to, yeah. Tag
I think
team,
he still
back
can.
again.
Check it, I reckon. Let's begin.
Let's begin. Party on, party people. Let me hear some noise. DC's in the house. Jump, jump, rejoice. There's a party over here. Party over there. Wave your hands in the air. Shake it derriere.
I thought it was
These three
DC's
words
in the
be
house.
getting
Shaking
bit.
derriere.
Now you lost. And I'd lost my.
Why didn't you just let him? He had the flow and
We
everything.
had the flow, and you screwed up.
All
This
right,
white
start
guy
over.
was rapping.
Fucking start
It's
over then.
over. It's game over. We're done.
Tag
You know how I
team,
learned that
back
song, though?
again. Check it, I reckon. Let's begin. Was it one of those weird bouncing ball lyric videos?
No, it was from the Mighty Ducks 2 soundtrack, and I listened to the hell out of it.
All right, Lan, you are up, sir. What Russian espionage organization was dissolved in 1991, soon to be replaced by the Foreign Intelligence Service known as SVR?
I would assume that would be KGB.
And that was also, what's his face's name in Rounders? John Malkovich. Pay him. Pay that man his money. All right, Lan is up 7-6. Frank. In 1999, what Texas team won the first NHL Stanley Cup in its history when Brett Hull scored in the third overtime against the Buffalo Sabres?
I remember that.
Dallas
goal, too.
Stars, right?
Did you watch that, Lan?
I just remember the controversy about that goal.
Yeah, I remember the controversy too.
All right, back to you, Lan. We're all tied up at 7. What western state is home to the fictional town of South Park, which introduced the world to Cartman and Cheesy Poofs in 1997?
Be Colorado, right?
Colorado is correct.
Didn't one or both those guys actually go to Columbine? Like in
Trey Parker and Matt Stone?
Yeah, I think they actually went to
I
Columbine.
know they're
like
from
in the
that
late
area.
80s.
And you know that school like doesn't exist anymore, right?
No, but I think they had been. I think they went there, like in the late '80s, early '90s. Or
Looking
something.
it up. Did Trey Parker or Matt Stone? Oh, look at that. It's right there at the very top of the Google search. They both went to Heritage High School in Littleton, Columbine. I'm sorry, in Littleton. Columbine is also in Littleton. So they went there. They
Okay,
just didn't
so
go
they
to
went-
Columbine.
Okay, there you go. It was just in the same town.
Frank's a liar. All right.
I'm a liar.
Back to you, Frank. You
Choose the
down by 1
bear.
point. What dry, sunny state became the new home of the NHL's Winnipeg Jets in 1996, who relocated there and changed their name to the Coyotes?
This is Phoenix. Arizona.
Arizona,
Phoenix,
yeah.
Arizona.
Now, bonus question.
Are
Where
they
did
still
that
there?
team just move to?
Yeah, they moved to Seattle. Oh, Vegas.
No, those were expansion franchises, the Vegas Golden Knights and the Seattle Kraken. They moved to Utah. Mid-season, by the way.
There's a
Because-
Utah team?
It
They're
just...
still the Coyotes, right?
No, it's now going to be called, for the time being, it's going to be the Utah Hockey Club.
Oh, that's right. I saw something about that on Instagram.
And
Okay.
Dumb.
they just moved there because, in all honesty, this was an actual NHL team. They were playing at Arizona State's recreational ice rink that held like 5,000 people. That was it. And at one point, they couldn't pay their bills, so they got locked out of that 5,000 person rink.
Wasn't
good.
Gretzky like a part?
He was
part
owner.
or something?
Yeah, he was owner of that team.
Well,
He
he's
let
not
that
the-
shit.
It's not
go
the
down.
great one when it comes to that. All right, here we go. Back to land. 8 points. What NYC borough is home to Mona Lisa Vito, the expert witness played by Marissa Tomei in the 1992 movie My Cousin Vinny?
Oh God. Let's just say Brooklyn.
Hey-o! All right, back to you, Frank. What stealth action video game released in 1998 uses movie-style cutscenes to tell a story of a special ops soldier named Snake?
What?
Huh?
What stealth action video game released in 1998 uses movie-style cutscenes to tell the story of a special ops soldier named Snake?
Call of Duty? I don't know.
Shit. Lan?
Metal Gear Solid.
And Lan is the big winner. Do I have the winner music on here? I don't know if I do. Oh, shit. I thought I did.
Just hum
Fuck your
something
music.
for me. Just hum something for me.
Anna's already leaving? What the hell? You got here late and now you're leaving early? Jesus. We haven't even gotten to the movie draft yet. And I do also, I got to get your kit with the t-shirt. You need to tell me which t-shirt you want, actually, Anna. Let me know which one you want and what size, and I'll check and make sure that I have that. And then obviously if I don't, we'll figure something out from there. And it is time for the movie draft, and we're going with sequels. And one of the reasons I went with sequels is because we obviously had Spider-Man 2, the anniversary, the 20th anniversary coming up for Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire. Also, Inside Out 2 just came out, and it's a really, really good movie. So if you have not seen Inside Out 2, I highly recommend it. Now, granted, I got a 12-year-old daughter, so I haven't shown them to. It's these, Anna. It's literally these. These are what are on the t-shirt.
Got some stickers.
Yeah, just tell me which one you want. Those are your three options, and then let me know the size, and then we'll see if we can't make it work. All right, so Lan is the big wiener, so he gets to go first, and then Frank will go second, and then as always, I will go third. Now, what we're going to try to do here is we're going to try to build the ultimate triple feature of sequels. And here's something that I struggled with a little bit when it came to sequels is Does it count as a sequel if it's a part of a trilogy? And is a sequel only the second movie? Essentially, the answer to those questions is it's no. It's anything, because I looked up what the definition of sequel is, and it's anything that continues the story. And so it can be the second movie, third movie, fourth movie in a franchise. It doesn't matter. Because remember, that was one part of Scream 2. When Jamie Kennedy's character's in his movie, film class, they're talking about which sequels are better. And somebody mentions Empire Strikes Back, and he responds with part of a trilogy, not a sequel. Well, for all intents and purposes here, anything like Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, those can all be considered sequels. So, Lan, you get to go first. And what are you going with, my good man?
Okay.
What is your first sequel? And now look, and I try to have the movie posters lined up here. I have no idea if I'm going to have what these guys pick.
Yeah, Alan, pick something like
He's going to pick some
anime
weird,
from
some
Japan
weird
that he
shit that
doesn't
nobody's
have.
ever seen.
Some Siberian movie
Siberian movie. There you go.
from
No,
Albany.
I'm going with a pretty popular one, although I don't think it's the one that everybody thinks I'm going to say.
Aliens.
So, damn, I totally forgot about that.
You're giving away movies now, Brandon.
Shit.
I forgot about Aliens. But no, I'm going with Godfather Part 2.
Hey,
Jesus
Probably
Christ.
one of my favorite
Brandon
sequels.
hates Godfather, by
these
the way.
movies are so fucking terrible.
Part 2 is so good.
Yeah,
No.
he's very good.
I got to get really
I know
high
it was you, Fredo.
and try to watch these movies again because
There's a time, and I still partly believe this, that Part 2 is way better than Part 1.
It is.
Can I watch
Like,
part
Robert
2
De
and not
Niro
be
is
lost?
so good.
I
Yeah.
mean, kind of.
Okay. What do you mean? No, you mean kind of?
Well, there are some things that were set up at the end of the first one, but you could.
Yeah.
It's kind of its own movie, but you know, it's not the Last Jedi kind of movie.
The Beard says Spaceballs 3, The Search for Spaceballs 2. Actually, and that's another reason why I went with this, is because they just announced that they're going to make a second
another one.
Spaceballs
Spaceballs 2.
with Josh Gad. And if
Who's
it's
Josh
not,
Gad, by the way.
and he's a lot
fat
of Disney
Jewish guy.
movies and stuff.
From Florida.
If they don't call it Spaceballs, what was it, In Search of More Money or something like that?
Yeah.
He was in the Adam Sandler Pixel movie. He was the crazy kid that tried to chloroform him in the back of the bus. If you ever saw Pixels.
Didn't.
Okay.
I think a lot of people did. All right, Frank, what is your first movie for best sequels?
I'm going with Empire. Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Records is. No, Empire Strikes
Yeah.
Back.
Not on Rex Manning Day.
Yeah, not on Rex Manning Day. I mean, in all reality, it's. I saw a really funny meme that kind of
Find out
explained
who his father is.
the first 3 original Star Wars movies, where there's one that shows Bart smashing a chair over Homer's back. The second one, and it's like A New Hope, and then the next one has Homer breaking a chair over Bart's back, and it says Empire Strikes Back, and then it has both of them smashing Mr. Burns, and it says Return of the Jedi. And Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out as well, Beard. All right, so I get to go back to back here.
Go back to back.
Oh, Jesus. I've got a lot of backup ones, but I think for my first one, I'm going Dark Knight.
Nice.
It's just such a good movie. And then actually, this is the one that I probably would technically go with first if I had to choose between the two.
Terminator.
Little Terminator 2 action there. All right, Frank, we're back to you. What is your second movie in the sequels triple feature?
We'll go with a surprise here.
Ooh.
Paddington 2. No.
Bullshit. Not a
I'm gonna
bad
go with-
movie, by the way. Not a bad movie.
I'm going to go with Logan.
Hey, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was probably before Deadpool. The first Deadpool came out. That was probably the best adaptation to a Marvel or to a comic movie.
Not
That
a
was
bad
really
pick.
good.
Logan's
Really good.
Wolverine.
Really good.
All right, Lane, you get to go back to back here, buddy.
Okay, so
Hey, fuck you at the drive-thru. Lethal Weapon 4.
I'm going with this is my locked in for sure one. I'm going
Lock
with
it in.
the Naked Gun 2.5.
Oh,
With
shit.
OJ?
I don't have that one. Fuck.
Got him.
Oh.
Got him. Still, Naked
you
Gun is probably one of my favorite comedy series of all time. I freaking love those movies.
They are good. Not gonna lie.
So for my last pick, though, it's a toss-up, and they're all sci-fi fantasy movies.
Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
Aliens.
Alien.
Not gonna lie, that is one of them. But
John Wick.
I think about how long Return of the King is. It's a really good movie. But I think I'm gonna go with the original, or I think I'm gonna go with the one I thought of first. And
Shrek
that's
2.
Wrath of Khan.
Oh.
Thanks.
Wrath of Khan.
You had to go deep in the well for this one, didn't you? You just taking any poster you could find on sequels, weren't you?
Look at Ricardo Montalban and
That's
his
the poster.
machismo.
That's the one that's on IMDb.
In his fake chest.
It is fake chest.
All right, Frank, we're back to you. You've got Empire Strikes Back and Logan so far. What is going to be your third movie for sequel triple feature?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the more recent one. I'm gonna go with Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, look at you going rogue there, huh?
That hits the nostalgic. Just hearing the dong in the trailer gave me goosebumps. That movie was fantastic. Dong.
I still haven't seen it.
It's great, dude. It's great.
All right, so we have
Alan, you like the dong hit?
the dong.
No, I like what the Beard put in the chat for his pick.
Debbie does Dallas again.
Well, that would be Debbie Does Fort Worth this time. instead of
Ortiz
Dallas.
is saying next Friday, which is a decent sequel. Wasn't bad. So here's some of the honorable mentions that I had. Because, man, there's a lot of sequels here that we can pick. Obviously, we are just during the podcast here, we already talked about Spider-Man 2. And here's another caveat to this, is that I brought this up during one of my work meetings. I work at Jama Software, by the way. Check it out. And we were kind of talking about sequels, and we were talking about whether or not, like, as we were drafting this stuff, the sequel doesn't have to be better than the original. It just has to be a good movie, you know? And I think that because it kind of brought up the whole conversation that people have about, whatchamacallit, that people have about what cover songs that are better than the original. And a lot of people just list really good cover songs, but the whole point
Alien
is
Ant Farm.
which one's better than the original. Whereas this one, it's just as long as it's a good movie. But I think a lot of people think Spider-Man 2 better than Spider-Man 1.
I think the storyline and everything was better, but Willem Dafoe knocked it out the ballpark as far as villains
He
go.
always does.
He did, but I also think Alfred Molina.
No, I mean he did a great
he did
job.
great as
yeah.
Doc Ock. You know,
The cock.
Doc Ock. Here's another sequel one that's
Yeah.
a nice honorable mention there.
Adam's Family Values.
Everybody's first
I love it.
crush with Christina Ricci in the
I love it.
the little Native American outfit.
When they're out at the camp and they take over. What does she say? Oh God, I forget the line. Like the counselors are saying something to her, and Christina Ricci comes back with this just quick one-liner to her, but freaks them all out. I wish I remembered the line.
Good
My
story.
bad.
All right, next one. Back to the Future 2. So I would take this one over the Back to the Future 3. Like I at least I personally
See, but here's the thing. I love what they did in the background of the future downtown area, like just the stuff like how it's still you still see things from the past, but they blended it into the future. But when I was growing up, I didn't quite get how deep the second one was. It just was like too adult, and the third one was more kid oriented. So I always, as a kid, enjoyed the third one more. But as I got older, it switched to where I thought the second one was better than the third. But as a kid, the second one just completely, especially when they go back into the alternate 1985 and it gets super dark.
Yeah.
I was as a kid, I was
Yeah,
like,
with-
what the
With the
hell?
Donald Trump version of Biff.
That and the all the shootings, and then you have his mom with like her huge gungas.
That
just
that
sitting out.
was. That, I'm not gonna lie. That was a little much for kids back then.
For Gungans?
Well, the other thing that freaked me out is when he throws the thing at Biff and it does that super quick, like he ducks, and it just looks really fake.
The tray,
Something
right? He
that
throws a
weirded me out.
tray at him. He's like,
Yeah, he's like, what is that? Thunk.
Anyways, here you have Batman Returns.
Of course.
God,
Saw that in
I
theaters.
was getting pictures and stuff for Batman Returns. Fucking Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, dude, was just awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
it
a
was.
Good cast. Good cast.
Yeah, it was. Also, another one here. I didn't think anybody would pick it, but I really did enjoy this movie. Is Blade 2. I thought the Blade movies were really good.
Is that the one with Ryan Reynolds?
No, that's Blade Trinity. That's the one with
Trinity,
him
okay.
and Jessica Biel.
Okay.
And that's the one
Donnie
where
Yen
they
was in that one
and
too.
and who?
Donnie Yen, Hitmon.
Oh,
Diane-
and Parker Posey was in there.
Parker
That's when they
Posey.
get the devil.
The
Or not
Winter
sorry, the devil,
Soldiers.
Dracula.
Winter Soldier was potentially going to be on my list too.
So the one thing that I really like about the Captain America movies is that each one got better. Like I
like it.
honestly think that when you went from the first Avenger to Winter Soldier to Civil War, that somehow was a trilogy of movies where they got better. Like they didn't get worse.
I like how everybody on that poster has like a super tough pose, and then Scarlett Johansson's back there looking
all,
like a stripper pulling.
Yeah.
These guns are so heavy.
Oh, my tits are in the way. I chose the bear.
Chose the bear. Jesus Christ. All right, we got a bunch more here. We also have the Dawn of the Dead,
All right.
which, now granted, Night of the Living Dead, just revolutionary. Now, this is the original Dawn of the Dead poster. If you've never seen the remake that they did with Ving Rhames and Ty
Yeah,
Burrell
wild.
from Modern Family, fucking awesome, man. I guess that is a fantastic remake.
They shoot Burt Reynolds.
We have another sequel here, Desperado. Ladies and gentlemen. This is
Once
one.
Upon a Time in Mexico was pretty good too.
This is one that I almost went with. I'm still on the fence about.
Die
I
Hard with a Vengeance.
love Die Hard with a Vengeance. Absolutely love this
Amazing
movie.
You know, one of the cool callbacks in that is
Yippee-ki-yay,
Samuel
motherfucker.
Jackson. No, Samuel L. Jackson asked Bruce Willis. He asked his character what he's been doing for like the last month, and he said, "Oh, I was just smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo."
Yeah.
And that was a callback to Pulp
Pulp
Fiction,
Fiction, baby.
from when Bruce Willis is singing the song, smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo. I thought
Smoking
that's a pretty cool little.
cigarettes and watching Captain.
And both of them are in Pulp
Kangaroo.
Fiction, so yeah, that was a cool callback.
Nice
Or-
little tie-in with Ving Rhames right there as we went from
you
Dawn
go.
of the Dead to Pulp Fiction. Other one,
No
Evil
Kurt Russell
Dead
tie-in.
2. Yeah, no Kurt Russell. Another one that's on that list. Here's a great one.
Gremlins 2.
Fuck yes, man.
Hulk
That's-
Hogan, baby.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to come up there and whip you apart.
Oh man. And then when they start playing the like that whole thing that's for the end of the world, and then they compile them all, and then even the one's melting, it's like what a world, what a world.
Yeah,
like
what a
the
world.
Wicked Witch.
I didn't realize that the first Gremlins came out the same day as the original Ghostbusters in 1984. They both went to theaters the same day.
Original Gremlins, kind of a Christmas movie.
And it was also that their downtown was Back to the Future downtown. It's Hill Valley. It's the same.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I just saw a post about that on Instagram.
on the gram. Incredibles 2, I thought was a fantastic movie. They did a really solid job with it. Shit, this was another one that I thought about going with.
The Last Crusade.
Junior.
You didn't want to go with the fourth one where he's chasing aliens? And
Never saw the Crystal Skull.
Oh,
and I refuse to
you
see
didn't-
it. Here's
didn't
another
miss
one,
anything.
which again, I'm telling you, if you haven't seen Inside Out 2, go check it out. It's a fantastic movie. Got a couple of Mad Maxes in here. I don't need to bring those up. Scream 2, I also thought was a fantastic movie as well.
Wasn't that the one with like like Creed was the soundtrack.
I don't think so.
Which one were they soundtrack on? Second or third one?
I don't know, but I had the Scream 2 soundtrack.
There was just one. Maybe it was. When did Scream 2 come out?
So I remember.
2000?
So Scream 2. No, it was like 98.
Okay, so yeah, so that was Creed. Creed was like had 2 songs on that soundtrack, and one of them I think was
97.
Are You Ready?
97 was Scream 2, and that was the
Okay.
one that had Creed not on the soundtrack.
Then it was Scream 3 that they were all over.
Next, I remember there was this song called "Scream" by Master P. And the whole song was making him say, basically. Or it's like, scream, like that whole thing. And then, but the whole reason that I got that soundtrack was the Cottonmouth Kings' Suburban Life. Fantastic song. Really quick in the YouTube chat, Ortiz says a list of movies that would be a good one is movie reboots that were better than the original. That wouldn't be that would be difficult, but it wouldn't be a bad one. I'm also a little surprised nobody even went with this.
Superman 2.
But are you talking about specifically the Richard Donner cut?
Well, no, it's just the poster that I grabbed. So just to be in general, just Superman 2. Kneel before Zod, for crying out loud. And then, of course, we also have Toy Story 2, which was a fantastic movie. And then I think we saw this in the theater together, Lan. X2.
X2.
Because
Maybe?
when the one chick, Kelly who did she play?
She played Lady Deathstrike.
Yeah, and when like in the scene where they're going through the computers, I specifically remember I was at the theater with Lan and his brother and his buddy Mike, and Remy LeBeau came up on the screen, and they're all, oh shit, Remy LeBeau, and I'm like, yeah. And then like when it got quiet, I go, who's Remy LeBeau? And Alan looked at me like I was a
Gambit,
fucking idiot. And Alan goes, Gambit. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah.
And then in the theater, Baron's just like, yeah, Remy LeBeau!
It was like 5 minutes later. But my third pick is going to be Aliens.
Aliens.
Which, by the
That's
way,
a good movie.
so I do post these up on Instagram, so in Facebook. So I put up a post that shows everybody's choices, and then I essentially ask who built the best triple feature, and everybody always thinks that I have the best triple feature. So I don't know what the hell you guys are doing, but everybody thinks I'm amazing at picking this stuff, and you guys.
Not everybody has good taste.
Yeah, that's what I go with.
Okay. Well, we can check out those posts coming up here. Really quick, I also do isolate a lot of these segments. So if you do ever miss a live stream, but you want to check out some of the stuff that we did, make sure that you check out my YouTube channel because I pull out certain segments. Like for today's show, I'm going to take out.
Pulls it out a lot.
Batman, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and Spider-Man 2. Those are going to all be like isolated videos that will be going up on my YouTube channel. So make sure you guys go check that stuff out. Make sure if you're here, click that like button. It definitely helps out the channel. And don't forget, we do have the membership tiers where we have 99 cents as a channel supporter, $4.99 a month is a Memberlorian. And if you do that, you got a sticker pack. We got the Real Brandalorian sticker. We got the History of Rock. And then we do have, oh shit, dropped it. We do have the Cross-Eyed Bear sticker as well. You get the sticker pack if you do the channel supporter, which is 99 cents. And then you get the sticker pack, plus you can get a t-shirt with one of those logos on it if you jump up to a Memberlorian status. But on that note, we're going to wrap things up, everybody. If there's ever a topic that you guys want us to cover, by all means, let us know. We can certainly do that.
No.
Let us know. All right, you guys got any? I mean, we kind of talked about, you know, things coming up this week that you're looking forward to, but is there anything that you guys got coming up that you're excited about? Good, happy lives,
Nope.
everybody all around. All right.
Don't have anything.
Lan was busy
More
building
Euros.
Lan was busy building a gun for Tarkov.
Yeah, I couldn't
There you
find a
go.
grip for the MDR. It really sucks.
The beard says
Anybody
Frank
knows?
wins today, so you got a fan in the beard. All right, Anna says send me a message on Facebook. All right, cool. So then, yeah. So essentially, the T-shirts are one of the logos, whether it's Brandalorian, Cross-Eyed Bear, or History of Rock. Let me know your size. I did have female sizes for some. Again, sizes are not guaranteed, but I do have T-shirts with of each individual one. So if you become a member Lorian, you'll get a t-shirt right there. And it's just $4.99 a month. If you don't have the monetary means to support the channel, definitely make sure that you're clicking like, subscribe to the channel, make sure you're clicking the bell so that you get the notifications when we go live.
I'm looking at people like Anna, who completely forgets that the day is Wednesday and has to rely on my posts.
Although, in all honesty, that is why I started doing those posts, because Anna's like, oh shit, it's Wednesday.
You know what? I just saw a commercial for bike riders. Maybe I'll go see that this weekend.
That does look pretty good. Not gonna lie.
I think it's about the Hells Angels, but we'll see.
Frank and his biker gangs. And then, of course, we have Euro 2024 going on.
Heroes, and then also BMX Bandits is on Amazon Prime apparently, so everybody go watch that.
Oh, there you go.
See Nicole Kidman as a 12-year-old.
Also, I believe Birdcage is available on Amazon Prime. We were randomly talking about that in one of my work meetings, and just how brilliant Nathan Lane is in the Birdcage.
So good in that movie.
So we started with talking about how brilliant Nathan Lane is, and of course Robin Williams, and then Hank Azaria as well in the Birdcage. So that's something that I think I'm going to try to get the family to do. I've got a huge I'm going to go check out a Liga MX match on Sunday. They're doing a friendly between FC Juarez and Club America. And so they're going to play here at the Sun Bowl. So we're going to check that out on Sunday. And lots of fun things all lined up. But by all means, make sure you guys are checking out the socials, Instagram and Facebook. I'm putting up different posts. We have the polls up on YouTube. So follow everything I'm doing at The Real Brandalorian. Make sure that you guys are liking the stuff and make sure that you're sharing, and comments as well. Definitely help out everything. Even if it's just a comment that says, fuck you, Brandon. I'm okay with that because it helps the channel. Although, maybe edit it with some asterisks in there because it might hide the comment. But, you know, I really don't give a shit. And the Beard is saying that the Boys is out on Prime, so make sure you're checking that out as well. But we'll see you guys next week. Have yourselves a great time. Right, Spano?
I ate a gummy.
Made a gummy. Spit on it.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that.
Spit on me.
Hold on, I'm pausing to make sure that we get